Hello everyone, and welcome back to a Medieval, where today we are going to be playing the Lost Falls level. This level was originally added to showcase the RTX effects, and as such this level looks excellent, and it actually runs excellent as well. Like, I actually have RTX just maxed out setting wise, and it still runs absolutely fine, which is great. It is now also the level that you get to play when you download the demo of this game, which is cool because it showcases a lot that the game has to offer and some things that are not even in the main campaign, which is cool. So it has a lot going for it on its own. It's just its own little level. It doesn't actually tie into the game's campaign in any official way, I suppose, but it's very cool, and that's what we're going to be doing right now. We have a bridge that we currently cannot cross. We have a big waterfall on the side of it. And goal number one is to just get this bridge to be a little bit better. Also, one of the reasons for showing it off is that these enemies run up, and they're a little bit easier to fight up this bridge than actually on this slope that they are originally on. So that's one of the reasons to show that. There's trees. I genuinely don't remember if there are trees in the main campaign. There's a lot of shrubbery. Not that many trees, but they exist here and they look nice, so that's nice. Let's actually use all of the different weapons that we have during this level as well, because this demo level does actually show off the entire arsenal, which is cool. And since it is an RTX showcase level as well, we might as well try and use everything that the game has to offer. Because why not? There is plenty of ammo to go around all over the place. Health-wise, it can be a little scarce, but we'll probably survive as long as we're a little careful. I think there is health pickups here and there, just hidden around, just not that many. Moving on, there is a couple of the flying enemies from the first episode as well. With the Azure Orb, they are easily disposed of as per usual. Down here, some more health hidden away as well. Not a secret area, but a nice little hidden pickup that is easy to miss otherwise. And some health on this side here as well. A lot of trees here, which is, it really does flare up the place. But we're just gonna move on. Upwards and onwards to grab the key required to make the bridge, because that is what we are currently trying to do. These enemies are very easily dealt with the axe still. They're only episode 1 enemies after all, so no worries there. Cross the bridge at your own peril. That's exactly what we're gonna do. Pressing the switch, you'll see the bridge appear from the void. And with that, we can move on. There is a secret area over here as well with a legendary soul, so we can activate soul power. And we can use that for some of the enemies that are on this bridge. In the other side of this bridge, there is actually a bunch of the solar enemies rather than the lunar enemies, which I guess is also part of the reason why this isn't canonically accurate, I suppose, because it would never be seen on the same side of the planet as per usual. There was a couple of the grenade enemies as well here, and I think you can technically do some shenanigery with those particular enemies by rocket jumping using their grenades on top of this building right here, but I'll get to why that's shenanigans in a little bit. First, let's go grab Volt Ride over here, because that will make a bunch of enemies spawn and we can show off the cool overkill effect as per usual. This place looks gorgeous as well. Like, look at this. Look at the use of colors and everything. It's just lovely. These balls usually only shown off near the end of the game as well, like the second to last episode of the game. And now they just spruce up the place in just such a wonderful way. Over here we have a full health pickup, but picking it up will spawn a couple of these solar enemies. But again, they are fairly easily dealt with using the Azure Orb as per usual. And then there's something new, because if we go up these stairs here, there's a ball that just crushes some of these enemies. This ball is technically an enemy, so you can use the axe to drag it towards you. The thing about that is that it will occasionally just insta-kill you when you do that. So it's not exactly advised. Also, what I mean with shenanigans is if you have the Eternum and you use the black hole functionality with the legendary soul, you can get it to just fly around all over the place, and eventually it just gets so confused that it just goes back up the stairs again if you really start messing it up. So they've placed everything in such a way that it's more or less impossible to do that unless you're using cheats, but I think technically you would be able to get that to happen if you manage to rocket jump up to this secret Eternum that's right here. But I've tried it. I don't know if it's actually possible at all with the grenades. I wouldn't be surprised, it's just horrible. But there's certainly some fun things you can do with that rolling stone, and I think that's neat. Moving on though, we're going up these stairs, grab a little bit more health. And then over here in the water, we actually have a new enemy type. It's the water golems. A single shot of this will get rid of basically all of them, which is cool. There's a couple of waterfalls over here, which I will get back to in just a second because I want to kill a couple of enemies here. But yeah, the water golems, they don't appear, I don't think, anywhere in the main campaign. They're a neat little enemy. They don't do that much, but they exist, and that's nice. Watch out for the fire magic, of course. And now that we have destroyed these enemies, we did get the Star of Torment earlier. You can go here if you want to jump back to the start of the level as well, which can be nice if you want to grab that legendary soul a little bit later. And I think in basically every part of this level there is some kind of elevator or something like that to take you back again, which is cool. But behind the waterfall there has to be a secret, of course, as is per video game tradition. And I do actually like having the legendary soul here because it makes the upcoming fight a little bit easier. Because we will be dealing with one of the large purple enemies over here. And the celestial, not the celestial claw, the Star of Torment is very capable of dealing with that. The fire does not work great against these enemies. It does to kill them, I suppose, but this works just fine and dandy as well, and it deals with all problems with relative ease. It might actually just be water that doesn't work against them, which is fair enough, I suppose. They're water-based enemies, so what are you gonna do? Grab this for a little bit more ammo. This also spawns a whole bunch more of the jumping enemies from the solar campaign. There is a bunch of water here as well. You can jump into it. I think there's some ammo, but that's really just about everything there is, so not much point to going in the water here, but it's a choice if you so desire the green mana, I suppose. Though green mana is just in abundance in this level, so you probably won't need it too much. Over here there is a bunch of enemies awaiting you up top, this strange little fortress, I suppose. Again, fairly easily disposed of with the Star of Torment, but the axe is also fairly capable. It's just that you're dealing with some of the explosive enemies, and once again they can deal a decent amount of damage. You might not be used to dealing with them too much just because they don't show up in the main campaign that often as well, so it can be a little dicey for sure. The exit you can see over there. You can just rocket jump there if you want, but if you want to do it normally, there is a silver key here. Grabbing that will open up everything. A bunch more of these water golems will appear. You can kind of see them doing stuff as well. They just sort of vibe. They don't really do too much, and they are very easily disposed of. You can move them around a little bit with the Celestial Claw, if you so desire, but overall they don't exactly pose the biggest threat. This enemy, on the other hand, I do like the Star of Torment as per usual, as he's just bothered when you shoot him in the shins enough times, and that is lovely. Further up ahead, a few more of these flying enemies, but again, we had one more shot of the Eternum, and that deals with basically the entire fight, as per usual. Provided you can actually get a good shot off. I think I missed a fair amount of them, unfortunately. More of these. My health is now 6, so we're gonna play this a little bit safer, I suppose, because otherwise we're going to die, and that would be a little bit of a shame, because we are nearing the end of the level after all. Let's see, how are we doing? We're missing 1 kill. That adds up, because if we make the bridge here, there's going to be 1 more enemy. Occasionally, when you're doing this level, you will double kill an enemy. I'm not exactly sure why. It seems to happen. Maybe with the water golems or something, because it's a fairly unusual enemy, I suppose. I'm being very careful with this particular jumping one, because I think he can very easily kill me if he gets a good jump off. There we go. Managed to get through that with no ease whatsoever. But we survived. We made the bridge to the exit, and with that we can leave to a strange little wooded area at the end here. Looks nice. And there you go, the Lost Falls level. I think this level's really cool, also just because it does some things that aren't even in the main campaign, like those water golems, the big rock, and it's just neat. It looks beautiful as well, and it runs just excellently, which is nice, and it's honestly a good showcase of what the game is, I suppose, because it just shows off things from various different levels, different designs, and things that you do come across in the game, and it's just a nice little thing, and I like it a lot. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. Next time we play, we'll hopefully be doing the Black Labyrinth whenever that comes out, and I hope to see y'all there. Bye-bye.